guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute, but it hasn't been that long. But yeah, here today, guys, to share my thoughts, my comments, i.e., my 2 cents on recent events. I'm listening to opinions and so on and so forth. So, guys, without any further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, if you don't know what I'm referring to, basically talking about some of the recent stats or some of the recent reports, such as mass killing and certain amount of people dying in a particular 36 hours. I saw that on the Gleaner. I've seen other reports such as triple murders and some other murders taking place. A lot of murders taking place in the past few weeks. I'm not necessarily going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on, the proposal by the citizens, by whomever that thinks what particularly should be done to the crime situation. And the reason why I'm giving my thoughts and comments on it is because times past, I have had my opinions on the crime situation and what I think needs to be done, and what I think is not being done, and so on and so forth. However, because of course, with time and growth and experience, you tend to look at things a different way in terms of you have a different outlook because you grow up and you look at things from all different angles. So not that my opinions have changed, it's just that I'm looking at it from a more I'm looking at it on a deeper level, and how some of our proposal is not necessarily practical because of how the culture is and so on and so forth. Now we all know that all of us, doesn't matter who we are, from you're living in a society, especially as a Jamaican, we all are of the opinions that once there's a crime problem, then it's a politician problem. So this is not something that is new, It's just we've always looked at it, that if you have a crime issue, then this is a politician issue or a government issue. Not that I don't see things that way anymore, but I think I look at it on a deeper level, and I realize, and I think this is not even the first time I've said that, I've come to this realization that crime is not a government thing, a government issue. Crime is all of us. It's a everybody issue. It's a me, it's a you, it affects all of us. So I wouldn't say this is something that I just reevaluated. Crime is not a government issue. Crime is it's all over us. Now the reason why I'm putting that out there is because we're of the opinions that once, crime take place, the government, is going to just wave a wand and it's going to be fixed. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible for the government to create or put things in place so certain things to take shape or certain things to shift and have an effect. I'm not saying that's impossible. What I'm saying is that you're going to be hard pressed to see radical change just by a government implementing curfews and so on. It doesn't work that way. And the reason why I say it doesn't work that way is because of our culture in Jamaica. Meaning that we have a certain culture which we all know, which is a snitch culture. And I think that is the biggest problem in crime fighting because of the snitch culture. You know what the snitch culture is? I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it was developed. But we have a rich, strong snitch culture. A snitch culture, and when I say we, I'm saying Jamaica. Because this is not something that you find all over the world. You may find it in some other countries, but I think Jamaica has one of the strongest snitch culture. I think America too, but certain parts of America in terms of like impoverished areas. But in Jamaica, the snitch culture is it's more rich, meaning even high society where you think wouldn't be afraid, most would more than likely be reluctant to report or do certain things because of the repercussions of doing that, and because of the corruption and how they might feel that they can't trust the system. You understand? So all of this just ties down to that whole trust, because of the snitch culture that we have, which I think, looking at it, is one of the major reasons why we have so much crime in Jamaica. Because let's be real, guys. Most of the crimes that takes place, most people know who are conducting these crimes. If you're from a garrison, if you're from an area, impoverished area or garrison, more than likely when murders are taking place, criminals are not gonna hide. They're not gonna hide when they're conducting these crimes. You understand? They're gonna be bold, and trust me, people will see. Most people will see, because they're gonna come and get their target in broad daylight. So it's never a case of people don't know who's conducting these murders. You see what I'm saying? It's never a case that people don't know who's conducting these murders. The problem is that people are reluctant to report because, of course, the snitch culture, one. Two, you're not sure if you report, things are going to happen to you. And this is what is happening. Where people are afraid to come forward because they don't, one, trust the police, two, trust anybody, they don't trust the system, period. Wherein, and this is something that I've said even last year, I've said this last year, to solve crime or to put crime under subjection, there needs to be a good relationship with the police and the citizens. Meaning, trust has to be established. Meaning, people have to trust the system, not just the police, the whole system. There has to be trust. Trust is the way forward, guys. Trust is the way we're going to stem crime. Trust, simple. It's not even a huge thing. Not curfews, because the citizens will tip the gangs off. And the gangs, come on, they're not going to allow themselves to be caught. It's not curfews. And most of the people that you see getting caught during these curfews are not even the real criminals. You understand? So trust, that's my opinion on it. I've heard so many opinions, but that's what I believe. Because at the end of the day, the citizens are those who sees these crimes taking place. Somebody see it. Listen, when gangs are conducting crime, they're not hiding, guys. Why do people think that these are people being masked up, hiding? Most of the times, they're not hiding. Most of the times, they're very bold. They're not hiding behind nothing. So I don't really understand why people think criminals are hiding. That's not the case most of the times. You understand? They're bold. So again, people usually know who are conducting these crimes. People know who are doing it. But because of this trust and the faith in the system, people are not coming forward. And that is what I think is a major problem. You understand? That is what I think is a major problem. Because if you look, murders they're tripling more compared to it happens. But if you notice, gangs are getting more bolder. You understand? Getting more bolder. Look how many things are being implemented by the government. This is not just a government problem. This is all of us. This is not just a government problem. This is all our problem. Crime is everybody's problem. You understand? It's all of us. We're all responsible because it's what we see and what we don't say. But again, people are so afraid that they're not coming forward because they don't trust the system. But what people have to weigh up now, this is what I think. This is my last point. What we have to weigh up as citizens, are we going to allow fear to hold us back in order for us to grip our society? Because at the end of the day, not all police officers the law is not all corrupt. They're just corrupt people within the law, but the whole law and the police, the soldiers, all of that. The court system is not all corrupt, just certain elements of it. Certain people within that system, like every other system. You're going to have good, bad. Bad egg, good egg. But what are you going to do? You're going to sit back and we're going to allow our society to deteriorate because of our fear? Or are we going to at least have some confidence? When is it that people are going to have, I'm not saying stand up in public, because I would never advise someone to come and stand up in public to put their life at risk. You have to protect life. But there are so many ways in which we can fight crime without putting our lives at risk. There's so many ways. By speaking up without even anybody knowing. Killing that snitch culture, that same culture that tells you that a snitch should die, which is just warped. I've always thought that's just twisted. So it's about changing that narrative, changing that idea, that illiterate mindset, because it is illiterate. Because if something is destroying our society, how can that be something good that we hold to as Jamaican? We hold it as a gospel, because that should never be something that we glorify. You understand? There's no way that you speaking up for the right of your country and speaking up for foolishness in your society being something bad. That cannot be something bad. That has to be something noble and righteous. And that is my thoughts on it. So guys, if you've made it this far into the video, please do give it a thumbs up, guys. Share your thoughts, let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts, your comments is on all of this. Put your thoughts, your comments in the comment section. And as always, guys, I do thank you for watching. Until next time, Godspeed. Big ups. Bye, guys.